Which direction should we go?
Right.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's a site of grace over there. That was a good decision. Thought that might have been an item. But it is in fact a site of grace. I really do wonder. This whole place seems to be basically infected by the Frenzied Flame. Just how strong would it need to be around here in order to have this big of an impact on the entire land to the point where Torrent doesn't want to go anywhere near it? I imagine it would have to be a very strong influence of the Frenzied Flame around here.
Very strong.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
That was a rat with Frenzied Flame eyes. I'm just going to avoid them.
Yeah.
Mad Craftsman's Cookbook. That sounds like me trying to figure out how to say Worcestershire sauce.
No, so Christopher, I see the rest that you're talking about. That's actually not what I was looking at.
Oh,
There's
okay.
something with like a black hood.
Oh, goodness, I did not see that. I mean, I'm
He
sure
was
you...
right to the right.
I'm just going to run. If there is something there, I'm just going to run. Because, yeah, I don't...
There wasn't a rat wearing a black hood.
Yeah. I don't want to put up with whatever is wearing a black... You know, wearing a hood, perfectly fine. You know, you might be a little cold. Wearing a black hood, that's just creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in a place like this.
Yeah,
Makes me
especially in a place like this.
Makes
like,
me just think you're not a good person.
up to absolutely no good whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, there's another person over there. And I really don't want to put up with them either, because I'm also suspicious of that. Well, it looks like it might be another Inquisitor. Looks like there are multiple of them, actually. Ooh, do you think... So the Golden Order drove the nomadic merchants to express belief in the Frenzied Flame when they buried all the merchants underground. Do you think it might have been that the Horn Scent were also driven to that same kind of desperation when they were the victims of the crusade on that tower?
Oh. I think I'd have to say yes. I think that's very good. That's probably true.
I think so. Oh, that Horn Scent just used a Frenzied Flame incantation on us. So, at the very least, there are some. Yeah, I think I was probably right on that then.
I think so. Good deduction, Button.
Thank you. Oh, there seems to be a building. And normally I like being out of this corrupted woodland, but I'd have to imagine a building around here wouldn't exactly be very friendly.
Don't trust the butler.
It's the butler always did it. Well, in this case, I think maybe everyone always did it.
Yes. Maybe it was only the butler that didn't.
Oh, it's like inversion.
Yes.
The poor butler. He's just confused.
He wants out so badly.
He wishes he was the one who did it, but he... no head ahead. Likely suffering. First off, crouching. Yeah, these people... Oh, okay, so regarding the winter lanterns from before, if there are a bunch of people without heads here, with like those spikes coming out of them. I have to imagine if those things were like on human bodies, maybe that's like an attachment point.
Like the heads that those people were wearing.
Yeah.
With all the eyes.
Yeah. Maybe it's like those are spare bodies for those things or something like that.
That's the uniform department right there that we just passed.
Mm.
I got a tour, go get a new one. Oh, it's a mess!
Oh, leave now.
I want to.
Come no closer. No closer, I say. The madness was.
I am inclined to Midra's Manse. At least I think that's what it is. Manse? M-A-N-S-E?
I would go with that.
I welcome you, O uninvited guest. But I must warn, as you venture in, heed the words of our great master Midra. Oh, oops, I didn't see what the words were. Approach not the madness, lest ye succumb.
It's kind of Game of Thrones-ish.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, sorry, no.
Something I haven't gotten to?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh, I was doing that just as a joke. I jumped into the painting just as a... But apparently that's what we were meant to do. Torn diary page. Are we going to get to put together this story? That sounds really interesting. Firstly, Mad Craftsman's Cookbook. Record of crafting techniques by a craftsman who served Midra, master of the Manse, and Nania, its lady. His eyes were burned by the flame of frenzy. Torn diary page. A discarded page ripped from a diary bearing a passage written in a tremulous hand. I touched him, but only once. When he thrust his staff in my face, I brushed it aside. It was then that I touched him. The aging untouchable. Okay. We're going to be able to put together, I think, the story of what happened here based on diary pages, which is really interesting. Yeah, I really like that. Seek up. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Oh. Alright. So the aging untouchable, we already know that the lanterns are untouchable. Another thing I was thinking is that since they're untouchable, those things outside, I'm guessing that those are for creating new ones, like new winter lanterns. Because the other ones can't be touched, so I don't see how they would be able to be harmed.
Well, some people might be able to touch them.
The person who wrote that diary was seemingly able to. I wonder who is who in that diary.
I don't know. These guys are black, and they're not wearing a black hood, but I wonder if when they go out, they wear a black hood.
Good point.
And they search for the hurt ones and bring them back for repair.
Good point. I also know that it said something earlier about the reason why so many people are black like that and covered in shadows, because they were burnt by Mesmer's flame. At least I think that was what it said. Maybe I just made that assumption. It did mention that they were burnt. Oh, pull lever.
Didn't say knock everything down. It doesn't matter. This place is a mess.
Yeah, I don't really care about what happens to the furniture in this place.
Yeah, you know, I don't either.
Yeah, I would not want to live in this place.
I would not want to be hired to clean it up. I don't care how much they
Yeah.
backbreaking.
Yeah, certainly. Also, I don't even know how much you realistically could clean up no matter how long you tried.
Where would you put it anyway?
I don't know. I beg you, stop. Haven't I taken enough? Are we not brethren common in our line? And yet you offer only cruelty. I ask, what crime did great Midra commit?
Midra.
So Midra is the master of this house, is what the diary told us.
Right.
Seemingly Midra is the one who spoke to us initially, telling us to turn back.
Right, and what crime did he commit?
Seemingly based on what that person seemed to be suggesting, they were unfairly accused.
No, but they said what crime did Midra?
Yeah, I think based on what, here, I'll go back, but it seemed to me like they were asking it kind of rhetorically, like, what crime did they commit, as in, like, they couldn't have committed a crime. They, like, the great Midra surely didn't commit a crime.
Oh, gotcha.
I ask, what crime did great Midra commit? Yeah. It could be that he committed a crime, or it could be... The reason why I think he might have been falsely accused is because that's what happened with the nomadic merchants, too. And considering their commonalities, like regarding the Frenzied Flame, I'm thinking maybe the same happened here. It could also be that Midra did actually commit a really terrible crime. At the moment, we just don't know. Seemingly, though, Midra, at least from what we've seen so far, was telling us to turn back because he didn't want people to be consumed by the Frenzied Flame. So far he seems to be helpful. Also, I wonder who the Untouchable is, and who the staff person is, who we found the diary page of.
No.
Well, there's definitely some screaming just then.
Oh, it sounded like a baby.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think that was Midra.
Yeah, there can't be a baby in here.
I don't see why anyone would birth a baby. Yeah, it definitely didn't sound like a
Well,
baby
during
to
The
me.
Walking Dead, they were birthing babies, and
True, but...
why would you do that?
Yeah. To me that definitely did not sound like a baby. That sounded like a very pained guy.
Okay. Well, if he's being a baby. No.
I feel like in this place you cannot blame anyone.
No.
Okay. Alright. Now this library is pretty large. Seems to me at least that this is what it's supposed to be, a library. And we already saw a smaller library earlier. So whoever Midra was, he clearly liked his books.
So we like that.
Hmm?
Well, maybe it depends on what kind of books they are.
True. Well, at the moment, it's kind of hard to tell because they're all ruined.
Yes.
You know, imagine having such a great library, but having all the books just, like, stacked on the floor like that. That disturbs me. Then again, that's not the most disturbing thing in this place, so I really shouldn't comment on that.
Yeah, no, but I get you, and they weren't even facing the same way.
Yeah. Seek secret passage. secret passage. And I'm going to assume that there could be a secret passage. I mean, I guess we can go down here. Yeah, I don't know. Not really sure where to go from here because we clearly can't jump up onto there. There's no way we can get up to that guy from right here. Seemingly, if we did get up there, we could reach across to jump down there. But there's just no way to jump that from here. So I think we need to somehow raise a passage or something like that. So I'm going to make the assumption that this place Midra's Manse, is probably where the Frenzied Flame is in this part of the Abyssal Woods. I'm guessing this is where it came from. Meaning it was probably somewhere around here that people started. Oh, what on earth?
And is that the main reason why Torrent won't come?
I'm almost certain that the Frenzied Flame is the reason why. Because seek down, then could this be a hidden path? Because in the Frenzied Flame ending, that was like the one thing that could hurt Torrent. And so since this whole place is Frenzied Flame oriented, it makes sense that if it had a really strong presence and it's the only thing that Torrent was afraid of, that is why he wouldn't come, yeah, because he was afraid of it. I will say that just seeing Torrent is afraid is a terrifying notion. Like, they really know how to hurt. Like,
yes.
The developers.
Yes.
Also, I'm not sure where to go. Because it's saying, the messages are saying that there are hidden paths. But goodness, I cannot find any. People are saying hidden path downwards. So maybe I just need to keep hitting walls or something. Until something works out. Nothing behind there, it seems. Now, there are a few books left on these shelves.
They're all cooked though, too.
Yeah.
Just disturbing.
Hmm. Now, do you have any ideas as to what on earth we're supposed to do here?
Yes, look for a fireplace. No, honestly.
Honestly, if I would have seen a fireplace, that would be a good idea. Unfortunately. You know...
But we haven't been looking for one. They're
True.
probably a little stove-like fireplace and...
If we were Sekiro, this thing would be a lot easier, because we could just grapple onto the next part. Okay, that can't even open from this side. Oh, what on earth? No, I said to go to the library. Or at least I thought I did.
So where's their kitchen oven?
I think... Okay, so we've gone to the main hall, and now we're in the library. Seems like we've yet to come across the kitchen. Oh. Oh. Darn it. Oh, wait, I did make it. I'm sort of ahead. Look carefully. Yeah, I see him.
Whack 'em.
If I could get over there, I would.
Oh, that's not nice.
Certainly isn't. Do you see this odd little square, like this mess of squares on the ground?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that isn't like a trapdoor or something. Which makes me think, ideally we'd just be able to hit these and then they would open up. But it doesn't seem like it's that easy.
Now we have to find a lever. They like levers.
I have been looking for a lever this whole time though. I haven't been seeing one.
Well, it's hard to spot in all this rubbish.
It's true. Wait a minute, did I go in there even? I might not have. Oh. Oh, so do you remember seeing that painting right there on the loading screens? This whole time I was wondering about who these people were.
There you go.
Hmm? That would be them. Attacking required ahead, this person says. Oh! Who's a fake? Huh. So, an older man, and then I'm guessing a younger woman. Maybe Midra and his daughter? You think? Ah, lever. Ah, there it is. I'm guessing the older man is Midra. That's my guess.
I think that's a good guess.
Body. Nanya's torch. Nanya was the wife of Midra, did we learn earlier? We heard the name Nanya. Yeah, she was the lady of the household. Nanya's torch. Where on earth would that be? Because I think we definitely want to hear what that has to say, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's use a little bit of soap. We need it.
Oh, yeah. We haven't used soap in a long time.
I know. Not since,
Since we remembered after the rot and stuff.
Yeah.
After we fought, what's her name?
Ramana?
Mm-hmm.
It's an actual torch. A torch made by attaching a dying flame of frenzy to a small spinal column. In a distant land in an age long past was born a man who failed to become the lord of the frenzied flame. All that remains of him is cradled gently by Nanya. Unique skill, feeble lord's frenzied flame. Hold torch out in front and spit out frenzied flame. Afflicts those caught in its area of effect with madness, along with the user themselves.
That's not that great of a weapon.
No.
No.
But we have, you don't have the right. We figured out where Nanya is, if nothing else. In that case, I suppose all that remains is to figure out where Midra is. And on top of that, what is up with this place?
Right.
It's also something we need to figure out, I suppose.
And I think we should take a quick break.
Alright, in that case, I will do so. So, what are your thoughts as to what the mystery of this place is?
Alright. It's her all along.
It was Nadia?
Yes.
I see.
And she is actually, let's see. Now, Mikola is from, she is actually working with Mesmer,
Alright.
in the interest of only their vision being realized. The Golden Order.
Alright.
And we know Mesmer looks like a spider.
It's true.
And
But then again, does he actually like his fire? Because it seemed to me like when we read the item description, it said that he despised the flame inside of him. So maybe he wanted the Frenzied flame instead. Because it was a different flame.
and not the snake flame.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, and I don't think it was him. I think he was just a little puppet in this whole scheme. And it's really...
Oh.
Oh dear, that is not a baby.
That would be this guy. Maybe this is... I can probably call him my dear Midra.
Of your foolishness!
Oh!
Ew. Oh!
Okay, maybe this is Midra? Not entirely sure. Sorry? Oh.
That cannot come feel good.
No.
Enough. I have endured more than enough.
Poor guy.
Seriously. Oh.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
I ask you forgive me, dearest Nanaya.
They're not yet. Oh my goodness. Probably doesn't have a head. That probably took it off. Oh, he's going to have the frenzied flame, isn't he? Yeah. That poor guy. Midra, Lord of the Frenzied Flame. seems to me like Midra. This is interesting because he's called Midra Lord of the Frenzied Flame. But when we previously saw a person called Lord of the Frenzied Flame, I think that title was only given to Shibriri and Vike. If you don't remember them, Vike is the knight up from the Round Table that we fought twice, once in Madness.
Yeah.
And then Shibriri was the guy who was screaming at us to embrace chaos that we decided. He's like the one guy we decided to kill. That we didn't necessarily have to, but we chose to.
Yeah, I remember. Well, we thought Mesmer was enduring a lot of pain.
Yeah. I can only imagine what this guy was feeling. It seems to me that Midra, despite title Lord of the Frenzied Flame, wasn't actually... Oh.
Wasn't the lord of it.
Of your foolishness.
Yeah.
It was placed upon him to carry the burden.
Yeah.
Of holding it inside.
Yeah.
And
Nanaya?
which is the wife, right?
Yeah.
Was the one that made him do that.
The fact that... Yeah. The fact that he said, forgive me, Nanaya, makes it seem like that. Or maybe, even if she wasn't the one who made him, he was doing it for her.
It's like even sadder. You know, he didn't...
I think I get it now. When the person was asking what crime had he committed, he was asking, like, what crime could possibly cause this type of punishment, even though Midra hadn't committed any crime. He was doing it for the good of everyone.
Yeah. I wonder how long it's been that he was trying to endure this.
Considering he seems like an old man, we can only assume it may have been a long time.
And I wonder if it has to do with also what's going on in the air with what Mikla has done. That
I'm
his
sure there's
weakness,
some kind of connection, yeah.
his strength weakened.
Yeah. We'll say that the music here is beautiful. Immediately it stands out to me.
Yeah, oh, I didn't. No, 'cause it is.
Yeah. Save all the music in the DLC. This and the Erdtree avatars are probably the two that immediately stood out to me when we were doing them, like their respective fights. One thing I really like about what they do in the DLC as well is make it so that despite the fact that the various Erdtree fragments make the fights easier, you can choose to approach any fights without any Erdtree fragments if you choose to.
Did you do that with this one?
No. This one I'm using Mania because when I looked up how to get to him, it said that he's like the second to last person you're supposed to fight right before Midra. Also, looking back on it, I'm glad I didn't tell you his name because I didn't realize that we would be hearing the same Midra a whole lot in one fighting. I hope I helped you, mister.
Yes, we did. Oh my gosh. Because even though he's enduring a lot of pain, letting loose that flame couldn't feel too good.
Yeah.
And knowing what he's doing couldn't feel too good.
Yeah.
So we helped.
Hmm.
We actually.
I'm glad.
Now let's go find her.
No, we already found Nanaya.
Was Nanaya the fat thing?
No, Nanaya was the one holding the torch, the corpse.
Oh, okay. That was her?
I think so. I mean, it didn't look like a normal person. They had like a specific clothing. Which makes me think it had to have been someone distinct.
Oh, well, maybe that's why he got weak, too.
Oh, true, I didn't even think of that. Remembrance of Midra, Lord of the Frenzied Flame, hewn to the scatter tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Alternatively, it can be used to gain a great bounty of runes. As the golden barbs inflicted eternal agony upon him, Midra held fast to Nanaya's entreaty. Endure. The word was a curse.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll see it to the end with you, if it please.
Thank you. Greatsword of Damnation. Golden greatsword that once pierced the body of Midra, master of the Manse. Used by the Hornsent in the execution of a damnation like no other. The barbs that pierce the victim from within wind gently around the blade. Unique skill, Golden Crux. Leap up and skewer foe from overhead. If successful, the weapon's barbs unfold to excruciate from within. Else, additional input releases barbs in the area. There is something of the Golden Order in the sight of those fixed upon this crux. Midra's Flame of Frenzy. Incantation in praise of Midra, Lord of the Frenzied Flame. Summons an apparition of the Lord's head to spew frenzied flame. This incantation can be used while in motion. The apparition will remain for as long as the input is held. The Lord of the Frenzied Flame shall take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, all melted away. Yet Midra, like others before him, was too weak to become a lord. The way that's phrased, yet Midra, like all others before him, was too weak to become a lord, after saying that the Lord of the Frenzied Flame shall take their torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse. It makes it sound like he initially is what invited the Frenzied Flame into him, without realizing, like he and the others, without realizing what that would actually do. So, I guess we were right, it was the Hornsent doing it.
They had a pretty nasty weapon, too.
Yeah. Okay, we're just short, actually, of another level up, which means like you might as well use a couple of runes. Oh wait, maybe that's a lot. Yeah, that's way too much. Never mind. Ah, that's fine. It's fine. We can just buy something, I'm sure.
There's no patches.
Oh, true. There is no patches. We can buy something.
There's even no patches.
We can buy Mesmer's stuff. I didn't think this was possible. Black armor of Mesmer the Impaler, draped with a red cloak bearing his crest embroidered. On his mother's wishes, Mesmer made himself a symbol of fear, undertaking the cleansing crusade she desired. Direct thy maledictions, thine ire, and thy grief towards me alone.
We don't want it.
Might not want it, but I'm getting it anyway.
We don't want to wear it.
Yeah. And then, may as well. There we go. Alright, I just wanted to get rid of all of our runes so that we wouldn't lose anything when we were fighting against Radon again.
Well, actually, I think it's cool to have in our closet, like everyone's
Yeah, I
outfit.
agree. Mm.
It's just some I wouldn't wear.
Yeah.
Some make you look fatter than others.
True.